Yes, I know. Of all movies I can talk about, all the underrated films I can talk about, I talk about Hancock. 2008's Hancock. Hey guys, I'm going to be doing this video on Hancock because I wanted to do some videos about underrated films. I'm gonna do videos about like movies I love. I'm gonna probably like do videos on older films I hate, and I want to do some ones that are underrated. The last one I did was Rat Race. I did that months ago. I still stand by that movie. Is just funny as shit, and people need to watch that movie. It's fucking awesome. But Hancock. No one talks about Hancock anymore. Barely anyone talked about when he came out. I know they're like building to like a sequel that will never happen. It's been what 13 years since it came out, so I think it's now to talk about this movie. It's a movie that is so unique, so weird, so original, so strange. It's got some amazing scenes, disappointing scenes, but all in all, it's a really good movie and a very underrated film. The movie Hancock was, again, like I said, it came out in 2008. It's directed by Peter Berg, guy who gave us great films, and what's that movie? Patriots Day. That's what I meant to say. Patriots Day. Lone Survivor. Did he do Lone Survivor? But he also did like Battleship. And Deepwater Horizon, which is very underrated. But anyways, Peter Berg directed this movie. One of his best films for me. And the movie is about Will Smith's character. His name is Hancock, and he is a superhero. Well, he's not really a hero. He's a man with superpowers. He has like powers like Superman almost. He's got super strength. He can fly. He has indestructible skin and everything like that. He's a superpowered person, and he lives in the public, and everybody knows about him. He just kind of lives and blends in society. But he is a severe alcoholic, and he just doesn't give a shit about saving people. And anytime he tries to save people, he causes more destruction than actually helping people, and it's pretty funny. And yeah, he just doesn't really know how to properly be a good person or a nice person or even a helpful person and stuff. And the movie, he saves a character named Ray, played by Jason Bateman's life, and yeah, after he saves his life, the character Ray wants to help Hancock become a better person, an actual real hero, so people can have something to believe in, and someone can help police officers and the army with like horrible threats and stuff. Hancock has to go to jail because he has to serve time for all the destruction and chaos he's done. He has to stay in jail till the public wants him out so he can save people. That's what happens. He becomes a hero, but then he deals with other things that I'm not going to go into just yet because it's hardcore spoilers. But it all ends all good and happy, and Hancock becomes the hero that the city needs and everything. That is the gist of the story. And if that sounds interesting to you, definitely see the movie. Definitely check it out. I'm recommending it. It's a solid like 8 out of 10 film. Okay, now for the rest of the video is all spoilers, because this movie's like 13 years old, so like I can spoil it, but I know some people haven't seen it, so like if you haven't seen it, definitely if you don't want spoilers, don't watch the rest of it. But I'm gonna spoil the whole film. Why not? The movie opens amazing. I knew I was gonna love this movie just as soon as the movie opened. It opens with Hancock passed out on a park bench, and this kid is just like, Hancock, Hancock. He's like, what do you want, boy? And then he's like, bad guys, bad guys. And he's like, what do you want, a cookie? Get the hell out of my face.
Asshole.
What?
You heard me?
Yes, the movie opens, of course, with like these guys robbing something, and then Hancock comes and saves the day in like his own way, not in a very like safe or pleasant way. he like he flies in the air. He goes to the car and he like goes in. They're all like yelling at him. And he's like, I don't give a shit. Bunch of dudes in a car listen to rave music. I don't give a shit. And then they like shoot at him. They break his beer and he's like, what? And he like flies up, takes the car, throws the car at a building. It's just amazing. It's just so destructive and it's great. And oh my god, it's very funny. It's very funny. And like the media hates Hancock because again, he causes so much destruction for the city and he hurts a lot of people. Without him, he's not intending on doing it. He's just a really bad superhero. It's just really funny. And you also go to like Hancock, the next scene he goes to a bar and he meets a girl and she wants to like hook up with him and it leads to this scene.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Hancock. Oh, yeah.
You're doing. Now you're doing too much.
Hancock.
Yeah. Mountain top. Mountain top. Watch out.
I don't know why that scene makes me laugh, but it's funny. That's exactly what Superman would be like in bed. And then it also leads to the next scene where you meet Jason Bateman's character, Ray, and I think he works for like this company, like he promotes things, environmental things and everything. And he's in his car one day and this traffic is like all builds up and then his car gets pushed onto these train tracks and no one's gonna let him in and there's a train coming about to hit his car. Then Hancock comes in, takes his car, flips it up in the air, saves him, and stops the train. But when he stops the train, the whole train falls over and just destroys everything. Even when Hancock tries to do something nice, something destructive happens. And then the whole crowd starts yelling at Hancock for being all destructive. And then he says this line.
Right, she should sue you.
Yeah, she should do you. Yeah.
Okay, well, you should sue McDonald's, because they fucked you up, all right?
And I can smell that liquor on your breath.
I've been drinking, bitch.
You're a drunk ass.
It's why we love you, Hancock. It's why we love you, Hancock. But like the character Ray, Jason Bateman's character, he appreciated what he did for him, so he wants to invite him over to his house and, repay it to him. And then you meet Ray's family. You meet his wife, played by Charlize Theron. Her name is Mary. And then you meet his little son, who's like a huge fan of Hancock and everything. But Mary doesn't like Hancock. She immediately hates him. And you already know there's something up with Mary because you're like, Mary, what's wrong with her? This is Charlize Theron. She's not going to play just a wife character. She's more in this film. I know it. But then the character Ray wants to help Hancock, and he says, I can maybe try to promote you to be a better person and everything, and maybe become like a real like superhero. And Hancock's like, no. No, thanks. But then like Hancock leaves, but then he like ponders on it, and he finds out the whole world hates him. Nobody likes him, nobody respects him, and then he's like, I want to change my life and stuff. And then it leads to this scene. This scene doesn't even need to be in the movie, but I love it. Just little details like this.
My bad. Everybody all right?
Yeah, just showing just the destruction he does just by like landing on the ground. He just breaks the ground. It's really great and stuff. This also leads to like this neighbor kid yelling at Hancock and calling him an asshole, and you find out Hancock hates that word. You can't call Hancock an asshole. Don't do it. And then he throws the kid up in the air and catches him and starts crying, and then he's like, don't cry, you little bitch. I love Hancock. He's so great. This is the best hero ever. And then Ray starts like showing Hancock like these comic books and stuff, and then he's just like, this is what his superhero is. And then Hancock's like, no, it's pretty lame as shit, man. He's like, I'm not dressing like that, man. That's fucking lame, man. And then he shows him this like viral video.
Everybody remembers Walter, the gray whale. He was stuck on the beach. Along comes Hancock.
I don't even remember that.
Greenpeace does.
He just threw a whale. It's a, yeah, I know. I find the weird shit funny. And yeah, he gets Hancock to, like, you know, make a statement to the public that he's, like, sorry for all the chaos and damage he has done, and that he will go to AA meetings for his drinking problem, and he will actually go to prison and serve time for all the damage and chaos he has caused through this town and everything. And yeah, then the next, like, little bit is just Hancock in prison. He goes to prison, he goes to AA meetings, he goes to all these inmates that are locked up because of Hancock, and it's just really great. And there's these two guys that go up to him, and yeah, he does this to them.
Y'all fellas sure you want to ride this train?
Shoot you, asshole.
Oh, it's great and stuff. It's actually, like, most of the time he's in prison. It's more of, like, the quiet moments of the movie. It's just Hancock, like, trying to think about what the right thing is and how he can better himself as a human and as a hero for the city. And then finally, Ray comes to him with this, like, costume, and he's like, oh, hell no, I'm not wearing that. He's like, yes, you are, man. You gotta wear it. And then eventually the cops, they need Hancock's help. There's a bank robbery, and the cops can't do it, so they ask for Hancock's help. And this is when we first get to see Hancock come out of prison with his superhero outfit.
What? It's a little tight. What you got?
Bank job.
This is when we're introduced kind of like the villain of the movie, played by Eddie Marsan. His name is Red, and he's like this bank robber with this, like, bomb device in his hand, and he's gonna blow it all up if, you know, the cops don't back away and they get out with the money. And Hancock's like, I can't let you do that. And then he's like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it, asshole? So Hancock grabs this, like, metal plate and pushes it down with his strength, makes it skinny plate, and then he sharpens it, makes almost like this disc, and he flings the disc at Eddie Marsan and chops his hand right off. It's a great scene. It's awesome. And then Eddie Marsan goes to prison, and obviously the world loves Hancock now. He actually defeat the bad guys without, like, harming anyone except the character Red. And he saved people without causing chaos and destruction, and now people are actually starting to like Hancock and believe in Hancock as a hero. And then we get into, like, more scenes with the character Mary, played by Charlize Theron. That's Ray's wife. And this is when the movie kind of slows down a little bit, and it kind of makes it a little weird. The whole movie up to here is amazing. I love it. It's funny, it's deep, it's very well written, and it shows a superhero story in a very unique and cool way. Then you find out there's a big twist that Mary also has superhuman powers, just like Hancock. And we also find out that Mary is actually his wife from thousands of years ago. And it's a little interesting, actually. Hancock and Mary are both, like, these superhuman strength, and people have, throughout all these cultures, people have called them gods and angels, and now they're calling them, like, superheroes. There's actually a theory that Hancock and Mary is Zeus and Hera in the human world. Like, that's a big theory that's going around, because he wears, like, this eagle and stuff, and it's like the animal symbol of Zeus and everything. So a lot of people that's like a big theory that Hancock is Zeus, and that's a pretty cool theory. I think that'd be pretty awesome. And all of that's fine and all, but this is when, like, Charlize Theron, her acting gets a little weird, and just her acting is kind of bland in this movie, and she can't really do, like, like, these badass lines. It's a little silly. Then you find out, like, there's this also this interesting little problem and kind of little twist. If Hancock and Mary are around each other for too long, both of their powers start disappearing. And that's why they have to separate from each other. They cannot actually be together. even though they've always had feelings for each other, they actually can't be together because their powers disappear when they're together. And it's interesting because, like, Mary gets shot in the ending scene by the character Red. The character Red breaks out of prison with a bunch of gangs, and then he tries to kill Hancock. And he finds out Hancock is actually vulnerable, so he can actually kill him. He ends up shooting Mary. She almost starts dying. And Will Smith's character, Hancock, starts almost dying. And then he finds out that the further he gets from Mary, he can actually be safe, and she can actually be safe. And they actually can never be around each other, even though they've been together for so long and everything. And you find out more, actually, before all that, you find out more about the backstory of Hancock and why he doesn't remember his life and why he doesn't remember Mary. And it's actually a legit emotional backstory. It's actually really sad, and it's interesting, and it makes Hancock a more interesting and compelling character. The movie ends with the character Ray actually beating the bad guy. He grabs an axe and, like, chops his other hand off and knocks the shit out of him. And it ends with Hancock becoming the hero of the city, and Ray and Mary stay married and stay together and try to be the best husband and wife they can be, and try to guide Hancock to the best of their abilities and stuff. And it's actually a really great ending, and it's very inspirational, and it ends like there is going to be obviously more, but we didn't get more. So that was Hancock, 2008. And what makes me really like this movie is, again, it's different. It's an interesting and unique way to do a superhero film. And Will Smith. Will Smith is great in the role. He's not only a great dramatic actor sometimes in this movie, but he is super funny. He is very funny in this film. And I liked everything about this movie, and I didn't know where it was going. They put a couple twists and turns in it, and I thought that was interesting. Sure, it has a weak villain. Charlize Theron isn't always that great in the scenes, and there's a couple scenes with him and her that kind of drag on a little bit. And yeah, the first two acts are really strong. It kind of slows down, but then it ends really good. But I think all in all, it's a really great film, and I'm sad to hear that they never made a sequel, and I'm sad to hear that no one ever talks about it, because I legit think Hancock is underrated, and it's a film I would highly recommend, and yeah, definitely check it out. So yeah, that was my thoughts and opinions on Hancock 2008. So in the comment section below, please tell me, have you guys ever seen the movie Hancock, and if you have, do you enjoy it? Do you like it? Do you think it's the stupidest thing ever? Or are you going to watch it because you just watched this video? I hope so. So yeah, give your thoughts and opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always for this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.